How are you guys? I'm on the beach. I had to take the boys and Scooter and Evie to the airport. I know we said Evie was going to stay, but I'm telling you guys about this Real ID. It's really scary. So it just sounded too scary for her to take a chance, and she was looking forward to it because she was going to stay and we were going to go up to Sandy's together, and she really wanted to take them bowling and all this stuff. And so it was really upsetting that she couldn't stay. And yeah, it's so freaking nuts, you know, with this Real ID crap. What is going on with that? And I guarantee you tomorrow there's going to be a whole hullabaloo about it, because a lot of people are not even aware that, you know, you have to have that. Your license isn't good enough, even if it has, you know, that holographic on it and the hole. It's not good enough. And it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And they should have just had them issued to people. You know, they called people and said, look, you have to. They do more about jury duty than they do about this Real ID. And there's a lot of people that didn't know about it. Especially a lot of people that don't fly a lot and that don't have a passport. So yeah, it was ultra stupid. And I know people say, oh, it was in effect a long time. Yeah, but I think they have more what do you call? They have more things for colon cancer screening than they do about Real ID. Give me a break. So, I miss my kids like crazy. I went back to the house and we really wanted them to stay. Everyone did, but we're going to take another trip, hopefully before Ethan goes to college and come down, so that'll be nice. So they had a blast. And to the people leaving comments, why isn't Jimmy here? Jimmy's got things to do, obligations, just like I had obligations when he was in Edisto 2 times in the last few months. And why don't you worry about your own life? Seriously. Worry about your own freaking lives. Because obviously it's hard to do when you don't have one. I understand that. And you obviously don't have one if you're on about us 7 hours a night, nightly, as I hear that you are. You don't have a life. You can have a life talking about someone else incessantly like that. Sorry. So it's sad, and I really do pity you. But your evilness is not excusable because you don't have a life. You don't have a life probably because you're evil. And maybe you should think about changing your evil ways. How about that? And petty. Oh boy, petty. Petty Betties. So anyway, stop leaving comments on my videos, because we don't need your kind here, okay? We don't want evil people here. Anyway, it's the 5th anniversary of my son's death. And I'm going to say it again, leave me the freak alone. Get a life. And it's only a matter of time before YouTube bans all channels like you. Bans them. And I guess that must be why somebody would not want a judge to look at the content of a channel. Isn't that funny? As if anybody can decide a copyright case without looking at the content of a channel. Isn't that funny? Why do you want to hide the content? Why? Because it's too heinous? Yeah. Yeah, believe that, guys. How is a jury going to decide about copyright without seeing the videos? Is that insane? That is insane. Well, that's what they've made a motion for. Don't look at the videos because it would bias the jury. Why would it bias the jury? Why? Why would it bias the jury? Because they would see how heinous you are? Probably. Probably. Anyway. That just tells, that says more in that letter to the judge than anything else. Because the judge is going to be like, what? How could you do this? I'll have to go check it out. Right? So ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, we have some other guests coming in on Thursday, so that'll be nice. And 2 more guests coming in Thursday. Melinda's coming home tonight. She's going to be, we went by to get her and she wasn't going to be ready. So her daughter is sending her in a transport home because she didn't want us to wait around all day and not, not be out and about. So that was very nice. And that this way also they can keep Linda comfortable and monitor her, etc. on the way home. And they're going to give her the meds that she needs. We thought we were going to have a problem with that, but now they've got her the meds that she needs for a week. So we'll just have to stop at a pharmacy on the way up or something and get, it has to be in South Carolina to get her meds, but we'll do that and get those meds. Beyond that, I don't know what beyond that. We'll probably go out to dinner for Linda's birthday and then give her some deconstructed ice cream cake, which kind of looks like a cake again because I put it in a cake pan again, this glass one, and put it in the oven. So, I mean in the freezer, not the oven. Oh my gosh. And oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I miss my kitties so bad, but they had a blast. And now that all my kids have seen Edisto, I think we seriously are going to consider buying a property down here. And I don't know whether that's going to start with a piece of land where we'll build something eventually, or we'll start with like a townhouse or a condo and rent it out in the summer and use it in the winter, because we can't be snowbirds until Luke graduates from high school. We've got a couple of years for that. So, but we are seriously considering it now. Excuse me, and I misspoke. All of my kids have not seen Edisto. My son Michael has to see Edisto, but I know he's going to love Edisto. And we're going to be doing that in August, July or August. And that's a beautiful thing, because it's not too far from home. You can literally do the drive in one day. My cousin does it in one day. My boys would be able to do it in one day. And it's a 2-hour airline flight. So yeah, the boys are all for it. They're like, I don't care if we just even, Ethan camps a lot. He's like, we'll get a piece of land and I would come down here to camp out or something with my parents. They have a beautiful campground at the state park too. So It's great. They love it. I have lots of videos to post. But I'm excited that they like it a lot. And Ethan's going to Bermuda in a few weeks. But see, like a place like Bermuda, even Costa Rica, and I know you could fly easily to Costa Rica, but it's not just a drive away if you wanted to. And so, I don't know. I love Edisto. We did a lot of firsts this time. We ate in a lot of different restaurants. We went in Charleston a whole bunch of times. Elle and I had lunch at the Roxbury Mercantile. What a great place that was. And if you're listening, Evie and Scooter, the same waitress we had last night was there. She manages that place too, but Skippy doesn't own that place. She said an old Hollywood couple does. And it used to be an old Esso station back in the, I think she said the early 1900s. And then it burned and then it was redone and they still have the old Esso sign. It's a really quaint little place and it was delicious. And I had shrimp and grits and it was done in a completely different way, but it was delicious. As soon as Elle started talking about the shrimp in Edisto is what Edisto is known for, is their shrimp. And as soon as Elle started talking about the shrimp, I could just taste the shrimp. And I'm like, we have to get something. And would you guys believe? I wish it had been open yesterday because I know my boys would have loved it. But they liked the burgers and stuff they got last night, but they were way more expensive where we went last night. But this place was really, really nice. Really, I know that Scooter would have loved it. They had so much of the old vintage, like the eye wash bottles and the medicine bottles, and then the Coca-Cola signs, and it was just really quaint. You could eat outside or inside. It was beautiful. And if you look at the magnolia that I posted on Instagram, that magnolia was, can you hear me? I hope you can hear me with the waves, because I'm trying to talk really, really close to the phone. The magnolia was at that place and it wasn't fully open. It was beautiful and it smelled delicious. So yeah. Oh, good. You can hear me? Hi. I think that's easily distracted. I can't really see because the sun, I really can't see the names. I just wanted to make sure you could hear me. So I know they would love that. They would have loved that. But we have done a lot of firsts this time. I do want to get to the Edisto Museum. I do want to go walk on Bonnie Bay. I don't know how much I will get done of that, but there are other firsts I want to do. And there are some other things. I want to take our guests that are coming to some things that I like where you can see what they do with the oyster shells and all kinds of stuff like that. Tomorrow I've got to go back to the Bay Creek Market and all kinds of stuff. So, and Elle wants to go with me on that. So yeah. But, oh, look at the, yeah. Look at the, here comes a bird. Look at it. Thought it was a kite. Look at it. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. The birds are doing something weird. The pelicans, they usually fly right over. A lot of them are hovering, and they actually look like kites. That's never been on any other year. So Scooter's dad is out of the hospital, so she had to go because there's nobody to watch him, like I think at night or something, or during the day. So she was sad to go too. Abby was real sad to go. She said she already missed us. But they were hanging out in the airport together. I know Scooter was with the kids because they didn't fly out. My kids' flight got delayed, which always happens. I shouldn't say always happens. Sometimes happens. See the pelicans up there? They usually fly by in a big, big line. Pelicans on parade. So yeah, I just wanted to say hi, let you know what's going on. Send me some good thoughts and prayers today. Today's a hard day for me. It's been a very hard day. It's 5 years today that my son passed. So for those of you that don't know. Thanks, you guys. Yeah, it's been a very emotional day. My daughter wrote something very emotional that made me start crying in the car. I think everybody leaving on this day is like, I just can't believe it, right? That the real ID freaking crap has to start on tomorrow, so that everybody, that had to fly, that didn't have a real ID, had to leave today of all days. And it was just unbelievable. And then it was just Elle and I. And then we didn't know about Linda. We didn't know if she was going to get released in time. And then we got a call from her daughter. And she's like, listen, I know it's really hard for you today. Don't worry about it. I want you to go home to the beach. I want you to walk on the beach and find beautiful treasures. And I have my mother's transportation all arranged. I have her medication all arranged because we thought we'd have to go back and forth with the medication. It was just nutty. But she got it all arranged when it seemed like it was going to be such a freaking hassle. She got it all arranged. And she said, Linda will be home, and so she'll be coming home. And then soon after that, then I got the call about our guests that were coming, and they're super pumped and super excited. So that's nice. So it'll be fun again, It's just hard because everybody left it like one time, and it was just sad. And it was sad, like going home and seeing the boys' bunk bed, and because we really had a good time. They're really good drivers. They were driving us around. Luke is so funny because when he was little, when they had those battery operated cars, and Jimmy had really amped them up, let's say. And Luke was the guy that was always looking the other way and running into a ditch, and Ethan was like so careful. And now he's got a really great sense of direction because he said, right away, that's the street I need. This is the street I need. And I'm like, that's great. But they went fishing. I've still got a bunch of I've got their gear because they were just flying with their carry-ons. no checked bags. So I have their suitcase, and I have their tackle boxes, and I have their fishing poles, and I have Gia's suitcase, and she had another duffel bag of them. Ethan's like, Gia bought all this for 4 days? You know, because she was staying less because she had to go home on the Sunday. When she go home? Sunday, Saturday. Saturday she went home. She's been calling me. She's upset. Like, it's just the way that it worked out. And then, like, she's had those friends coming in to stay at her place. It's been nuts. And then she had that crazy man there. My son and had a business trip. It's just been nuts. It's like everything is happening at the same time. That's why I tell you about planning stuff. It sucks because who would, like this stupid real ID crap. If it wasn't for the real ID, Evie could have stayed. It's just dumb. That's why we were talking about it a few weeks ago, because to get a real ID, you have to show, if you were like Evie, like she has to show her birth certificate, then her first marriage certificate, then her divorce decree, and they can't find one for one reason, and then she had to order it from the court, the clerk, and it's not going to be there. It was for like a couple of weeks. It's just ridiculous. It is. It's ridiculous. Ah, that feels so nice on my feet. That is so nice. I just got a few shells. I did a small walk, small pass through. Probably I added to my wind chime to balance it out. But I'm going to finish walking, and oh, there's that lady. She lost a shoe or something in there. All right, peeps. I love you guys. I'll see you later. Be good. God bless. Prayers. Be kind. And be thankful that you're not a bitter Betty that sits and talks about people. And be thankful. Because that's a good person that doesn't do that the way that some people do on YouTube. And I know a lot of people are coming out against the crap that's being done on YouTube because it's getting insane. And I saw some community posts talking about it in other communities, that it's too much. And you believe me, there is going to be laws enacted. You'll see. There's going to be precedent set.